I'm joined by case agents from the Georgetown County Sheriff's Office, the Georgetown County Coroner Chase Ridgway, Myrtle Beach members of the U.S. Attorney County as it pertains to the disappearance of Brittanee Drexel. Miss Brittanee was reported missing from Ocean Boulevard in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on April the 25th, 2009, approximately 33 miles north from where we are today. Originally, a task force was created and staffed by agencies from Horry and Georgetown County to investigate the disappearance of Brittanee. That was 13 years ago. And that collaboration continues today and has grown to include the 15th Judicial Solicitor's Office, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Brittanee's mother, Dawn, and Chad, and Father John were promised that every resource would be used to find the answer of what happened to Brittanee, where did it happen, how did it happen, and why did it happen. The why may never be known or understood, but today, this task force can confidently and without hesitation answer the rest of those questions along with the who is responsible. The who is Raymond Douglas Moody, who lives at 5502 Rose Hill Road in Georgetown, South Carolina. His date of birth is May the 9th of 1960, and he is a white male with an extensive sex offender criminal history. The Georgetown County Sheriff's Office charges against Mr. Raymond Moody are murder, kidnapping, criminal sexual conduct in the first degree. All of these charges occurring within the jurisdictional limits of Georgetown County, all of which occurred on April the 25th of 2009, and all of which detail Brittanee Drexel as the victim. Charges against Raymond Moody were made possible through investigative findings and evidence that led us to a possible site where Raymond Moody buried a deceased Brittanee Drexel on or about April the 26th of 2009. Human remains were discovered at that location on May the 11th of 2022. The remains were recovered by the FBI's Evidence Response Team and transferred to Georgetown County Coroner Chase Ridgway. Coroner Ridgway, along with the Charleston County Coroner's Office, positively identified through dental records the remains we found were indeed Brittanee Drexel. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division also performed DNA analysis and corroborated the coroner's findings. This has been an exhaustive case that has generated cooperation from the public and the media over the past 13 years. We all thank you for that. I am also thankful to be standing with professional law enforcement officers who are dedicated to this case and were prepared to act when opportunities to solve this case presented themselves over the past few weeks. To the Drexel family, we mourn with you and pray for you as you cope with the tragedies of 13 years ago. No one deserves to go through this, and our hearts go out to you. Our only hope is that this finding allows your family to grieve properly for Brittanee. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Amy Prock, here representing the men and women of the Myrtle Beach Police Department. This day is definitely bittersweet. While we are certainly grateful for being able to bring some closure to Brittanee's family, Brittanee's family and friends and our community. We are honored to be here today with Brittanee's family. It's not the final chapter we had been hoping for. Every police officer has that one case that frequents their every waking thought. This was that case for many people in our team and several agencies throughout this circuit and throughout this state. We all stayed close with the Drexel family as we exhausted avenue after avenue in this investigation that lasted 13 years and involved many dedicated law enforcement professionals from local, state, and federal jurisdictions. On behalf of the Myrtle Beach Police Department, past and present officers, and so many more of the teammates that stand behind me and throughout this circuit and throughout the state, I extend our deepest condolences to Brittanee's loved ones. We will continue to stand with you. Thank you. I'd like to introduce FBI Special Agent in charge, Susan Forensic.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here today under such sad circumstances. For 13 years, we've been hoping for a different outcome. And in the last week, we've confirmed that Brittanee lost her life in a tragic way, at the hands of a horrible criminal who was walking our streets. While the news today doesn't bring Brittanee back, it does allow the family to take one step closer to getting justice for the actions that occurred to her. And throughout the investigation, all of the people you see here and all the investigators, the technical expertise, the analysts, evidence recovery teams, no one wavered over this time, and we wish that we could have come to these results sooner. As Chief Croc said, we're here for the family, not just today and through this investigation, but moving forward, and our hearts mourn with them for the loss of their child. So today, I'd like to focus on the fact that Brittanee has been found and she can be with her family and at peace. And I appreciate all that the media and the public have done to get us to this point, because without input, with the media keeping the story alive, without getting the message out, we wouldn't have tips that would help investigators get through the investigation. So thank you for all you've done. And again, our hearts go out to the Drexel family. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to introduce Solicitor Jimmy Richardson.
Hey, I'm Jimmy Richardson. I'm the solicitor for Horry and Georgetown counties. There are few things in life worse than losing a child, but one of the things that I believe qualifies for that is losing a child and not being able to bury that child. That's why we have the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier there in Washington, the MIA, and we remember flags. These past 13 years have been extremely difficult, and the Drexel family have lived this. And, you know, a lot of twists and turns along the way. Today, well, on Saturday, about 2 o'clock, I got a call from Chief Mark Hill, and Brittanee's remains had been identified by sled, and it's kind of a bittersweet call, but at least at that point, we knew that we were on the right trail. The accused, Raymond Moody, is in jail. He's charged with rape, murder, and kidnapping. And he is down there at Georgetown County Sheriff's Office. In the coming months, we will move to seeking justice for Brittanee, and we'll be talking about arraignments and indictments and hearings. But today, I think it's a good day to somberly be reminded of Brittanee and all that she and her family have had to go through. Now, in those 13 years, you've heard it several times, but Weaver, Philip Thompson and Horry County Sheriff's Department, Amy Prock, the Myrtle Beach Police, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and especially the FBI. Those guys have worked tirelessly to get to where we are today. And I'm telling you that to say that I actually saw Amy Prock down helping with the excavation. These guys have been nothing but professional. They've never tired. They've never wavered. They never quit working, and they never gave up. So all of that stuff sort of come together, that perseverance and hard work. And again, in the days and weeks to come, we'll certainly turn to justice. And obviously, justice is never going to be good enough. That's the fallacy in all of this, that somehow we're going to do our very best to see that Raymond Moody pays for what he's done here. But that is not going to replace Brittanee. But what we have been able to do is to return a body to Chad and Dawn and hopefully start the process of closure. And again, closure is not nearly as good as justice, and justice isn't nearly as good as just having it not happen. But that's all we have to offer. So again, to repeat, Raymond Moody is in custody, is being held. He does not have a bond. That original bond was on a obstruction of justice charge. That's another charge that I failed to mention, but he remains in custody. The body has been located and identified by DNA and dental records, and has been given over to the Drexel family, who I want to introduce to you now. This is Chad and Dawn Drexel.
Hi, everyone. I want to take this opportunity to thank the FBI, all the law enforcement agencies that worked on her case, the solicitor's office, and all the investigators who never gave up on the search for Brittanee, and the individuals responsible for taking her from us. I want to thank those of you in the media that kept Brittanee's story current and didn't forget about her or our family. I want to thank the many volunteers that helped search for Brittanee and answers with us. You have all inspired me and the investigators to keep going. I am comforted by everyone who has been a part of our lives and those we have met along the way. This is truly a mother's worst nightmare. I am mourning my beautiful daughter, Brittanee, as I have been for 13 years. But today, it's bittersweet. We are much closer to the closure and the peace that we have been desperately hoping for. I am slowly processing everything that has come to light. I have not hidden from commenting or discussing Brittanee's case publicly. We do not plan on speaking or answering any questions today. I do ask that you respect our family's privacy and allow us to grieve during this time. We do intend to speak at some point. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter. The search for Brittanee is now a pursuit of Brittanee's justice. Also, I did want to make everyone aware that we will be holding a celebration of life in Rochester and also in Myrtle Beach. We will be giving dates at a later time.
And thank you all. Thank you for everything you've done. I knew I'd break up, but it is bittersweet, and we have a little more closure than what we wanted. Weighing this all out is tough on a dad, tough on a mother, but having faith and hope is what's going to guide us through the end result, because they still have the work to do and we have full. I cooperate. I mean, the support that I can give them is not even near what I want to give them. So thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Yes. Law enforcement, the FBI, they did an amazing job on Brittanee's case. It may have took them quite a long time, but we are glad that we're able to bring Brittanee home.
Last thing I'm going to add is there's several different law enforcement, several different divisions, several different types. And being prior military, you're working Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines together as one to find one person. That's basically what they did. And that's incredible. So guys,
Thank you.
thank
Thank you to all of you.
you.
Thank you all very much. Hey, Sheriff.